quality goal that is.
Fired in, but absolutely no help in the second. Those players and the manager. That's fantastic stuff.
Hello again, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Alad for Set Play Gaming. This is a FIFA 23 Stevenage career mode. It is the Road to Glory with Aidy Boothroyd, Season 4, Episode 82. Jumping straight into the transfer business. We are not done. Just to cover the transfer, we sold Sasho Corrin, the left mid, left winger, who came up from the academy. We got an offer from Valenciennes, so he's actually moved on to the French club early on, pretty early on in his career after impressing at Stevenage, which meant that we need an extra winger, and we've monitored this guy, Tyreek Wright. I believe he played in League One, maybe for Plymouth Argyle. My memory's a little bit dusty. But Tyreek Wright is actually at FC Cartagena, and we've offered them a similar fee, so around 1.3, 1.4 million. I'm going to bring Tyreek Wright in. Now, he does say he's a right midfielder, but he's capable of playing on the left, so we're going to have him as an inverted winger, similar to Sasho Corrin. And he's going to come in, hopefully impress. This will be his first season for Stevenage. And we just negotiate some of the deal here because they wanted a little bit too much money. It was a little bit too high, especially for somebody that's not literally a first 11 guy. He's literally going to come in as a rotation guy, similar to Corrin. So Tyreek Wright agrees to join us. Excellent news as we bulk up our squad. We certainly couldn't just do with 3 wingers, that wouldn't have been enough. So good to get him in and join the team. As you can see there, Stevenage sealed a 1.4 million deal for 23-year-old Tyreek Wright. It's good business for us, and he comes in to bulk the squad. Now, one of the other players that's been impressing is Dowdit and G, the guy who, if you watched the last episode, you'd have seen him pre-season. I think he scored 2 goals in 3 games, so definitely cutting in off that right side is a good thing for him. And this is how our teams look right now. This is the first 11, which we'll use pretty much 8-9 times out of 10. The Spillers is in from Club Bruges. He's being played instead of a Gumbo at the moment. We'll see how that goes. But pretty much the regular guys that you'd expect. And these are our rotation lineup players. Wright fixing on the left-hand side ahead of Murdoch. Linter behind Andri. And then Norris up top. Don't forget we have a combination there. Sometimes it will be Laurent Talai as well. And there's 1 or 2 other players that will probably interchange as well with that lineup. But predominantly that's what we're going with. And here we go. The start of the new season. We're going to kick off with a match at home against AFC Bournemouth in the Championship. The following week we take on Cardiff City away, and then we finish today's episode with a cup match against Reading at home in the Carabao Cup. Let's crack on with it and hopefully get some wins. And we have arrived at day 1 of the Championship Challenge for Aidy Boothroyd with Stevenage, and we take on Bournemouth, a high quality side, some Premier League players in their lineup, and no doubt this is probably going to be one of the strongest tests we face this season, albeit on the first day of the season. We're going with a pretty strong lineup ourselves because we obviously want to give ourselves the best possible challenge and chance. Going with a 4-1-4-1 here, just to try and nullify any threat they have through the middle. And you'll see in the opening exchanges, Tavernier gets across from O'Neill, gets into the box, but Drysdale comes across, makes a fantastic block to stop Tavernier. And then a few minutes later, Hoskins rides 2 challenges, not once, not twice, gets through, and then Hoskins is going to dink this into Ryan Hardy. Hardy brings it down, and a great shot, great save by Rossi. Denies us the opening goal. Encouraging start by ourselves. Gets his hand across on the left hand side, Rossi, and makes the stop. And then 22 minutes into the match, Bournemouth open the score in a quick 1-2, and Oyan Sanset fires them into a 1-0 lead.
Just look at this
You
again.
see here, this, after the short corner, it's worked well between the two.
And he makes no mistake
Just
with
didn't, the
finish.
defence just didn't react quickly enough to the 1-2 pass. And then he's pretty much right in front of goal there, just on the edge of the 6-yard box, and fires it into the corner. And then on 26 minutes, Wenderson Galeno on the left. And Tete into Tavernier. Tavernier into Sunset. Guay. Sunset. Tavernier. And it's 2-0. They seem to be just so quick in that final third. Defence just hasn't been able to keep up with them.
Well, we won't get tired of watching this because the interplay around the box is
Look at the passing and movement. The defence is all over the place.
There's only one thought in his head. Smash it as hard as possible. What a good
Anderson, as good as he is, you know, he's not going to be able to stop it if we just keep allowing these shots. They're almost deafening at time, the singing by the Bournemouth away fans. So 7 minutes before half time, you'll see Hardy takes the ball into Nichols, and then a toe poke shot just kicked away. We get the ball back into the box. It's cleared by Bournemouth. All we can hear is the away fans right now. Tavernier accelerates away from Drysdale. He's going to get the block in, but then he's robbed of the ball by Sunset, who keeps it in, pulls it back. Wenderson Galeno makes it 3-0 on his debut. And we've gone from having a 4-1-4-1 formation. It's not quite worked. I don't think it's anything, you know, as far as it's more to do with the actual two centre-backs who just not had a good day of it. And we go into half-time, 3 goals down to probably the best team in the division, let's be honest. Just after half-time, Wenderson Galeno stretches his legs, completely rinses Declan Drysdale, but across comes Agumbo and makes the interception. McCormick through to Hardy. Hardy takes it on, goes past Zagadou, fires a low shot towards the bottom corner, but Rossi once again reacts. I expected Hardy to score there. Wasn't in the corner enough.
He has teammates around him.
And then 75 minutes. James Wilden into Gilby, into Hardy, Hardy into McCormick, and then he's going to play this in, and Hardy takes it on. First time shot, and a great finish.
Exactly what they were looking for, and he's come up with it.
A nice finish from Hardy. At least give the home fans something to cheer about, albeit just probably a consolation at this point.
That's a nice goal. Standing of the situation.
And so we go to the closeout of the game, and we end up losing the opening game 3-1 to AFC Bournemouth. I'll be honest, the first half we were never really in that game in the first half, and in the second half we made more of a fight of it and made it a little bit more respectable. But I've got no complaints there. They were definitely the better team. Hopefully we're getting a better result against Cardiff in the next game. Alright, so we're going into game 2 here. We're away at Cardiff City. And no reason to panic. Keep in mind that AFC Bournemouth are considered one of the best teams in the Championship, so it was always going to be a tough game for us. I just wish we could have kept them down, you know, the scoring down. 3 isn't bad. Like I said, it could have been way worse. We've certainly conceded way more than that to other opposition, so we just put it behind us and get on with it. This is the lineup today. He's gone with Spilliers alongside Drysdale. And hopefully we can get a positive result today against the Bluebirds. Opening few minutes, Spilliers with a nervous back pass allows Ojo into the box. And Anderson tips it over the bar, not taking any chances. But Spilliers a bit of a ball-playing centre-back, giving it away early there. Not a good sign, very nervous. Let me try and settle the team down, and a few minutes into the game, McCormick rides the challenge. James Wilden out wide to Wright. Wright dinks it in, and Hardy's volley pushed up and away by Phillips in goal, and Cardiff get the ball clear. And then a few moments later, we're back on this right side. This time Tariq Wright takes it in and takes a near post shot. The fans there not that impressed with what they've seen so far of Tariq Wright. Keep in mind, it's going to take him a couple of games to settle. And we'll try him on both sides as well, I think. And then on 22 minutes, we win the ball back. Alex Gilby here, crosses it.
In position, but pressure to cope.
Hardy to Nichols, and a parried, the shot parried away by Phillips, and then they eventually get the ball clear. And then on 33 minutes, with Cardiff attacking,
But can they produce?
they've got a man here on the overlap. You'll see Oho, interception by James Weldon, he loses it to Oho, and then Harris sets up Ollie Tanner running into the box. And even though we started nervously, I thought we were starting to control some aspects of the game. So I was a little bit disappointed to concede this one, especially because we had bodies there in line behind the ball. We had players, they just didn't, again, it's just a case of them not reacting to the passes and reacting to the danger. So we go in at the break, a goal down to Cardiff City, and who knows what Aidy Boothroyd would have said to him at the break in order to turn this one around. In 48 minutes, McCormick into Alex Gilby, runs into the box, chips it across. Hardy sets up James Weldon, and I thought he put that in the bottom corner, but James Weldon shoots just wide, the wrong side of the post. A few moments later, they restart. It's going to be James Weldon who wins the header into Gilby. McCormick into O'Neill. O'Neill chips it up into the box. Hardy with the close control, and he scores near post past Phillips to equalise for us.
Well, let's look at this again. The 1 and 2 touch passing is absolutely outstanding to play around the pressure. But when he shoots, I expect
really
him to
nice
go
finish.
across the goalkeeper. He should never beat the goalkeeper inside that near post. That's not good keeping.
So one positive for us there is that Hardy actually scored against Bournemouth, and he scored now against Cardiff. So it means he's definitely a good chance of him being a championship striker. 4 minutes later, we're back up the other end. McCormick plays in Nichols. Great chance. And he curls it past Phillips to take a 2-1 lead. What a turnaround. Who knows what Aidy Boothroyd said to the guys. But Nichols is happy with that one. And this time it's Cardiff's defence not reacting to the danger.
The ball lost here.
Colwell then sets up Oho on 75 minutes, but it's a great save by Anderson at his near post, the edge of the 6-yard box. Colwell with some great vision. Anderson comes out and makes the save, and then a few moments later, Oliveira, Etet, Keon Etet back to Unahi, back to Etet, near post. He's going to try and force us in. It's a great save, but Drysdale big enough, strong enough to head that away. He did well at the near post there. And then Wintle through to Etet, and here they come again. Drysdale intercepts him, but then loses it, and it's a shot towards the post. 86 minutes, that was the chance to equalise, but he squanders the opportunity. You see, he just opens his body up and tries to guide that into the corner, but thankfully we hold out here and win 2-1. A nice response after losing to Bournemouth in the opening game. And so our attention now turns to the Carabao Cup, and Aidy Boothroyd names a rotated 11 here as we take on Reading. Paris Magoma starts in defensive midfield, and he has Liam Kinsler and Cody Johnson in the middle for company, with Tariq Wright on the left hand side, and then Dree on the right, and Luke Norris up top. As we get underway here, this is going to be a rocky game, simply because the quality of opposition, the players that they've got out there on the field. Reading, they faced named a very strong lineup. But in the 22nd minute, the overlap by Murdoch crossed in, and Luke Norris with the header into the bottom corner. It's a fantastic header, and I've said it time and time again, but this guy's made a career out of that kind of run into the box. You'll see he runs there to the back post and then checks back and runs towards the front post, evading his marker. It's a great header. Now the lead only lasted 5 minutes. You'll see the build-up here. Tetek to Yaku Mete, and then Tetek's going to make a run to the edge of the box. Nobody picks him up, and then they play into Lorenzo Luca from the penalty spot, and he finds the bottom corner with a plum. So he could only hold on to the lead for 5 minutes. Nice finish into the bottom corner. On 33 minutes, Reading get a corner, they swing it in, and Dyche collides with Yaku Mete, I think it is, in the box, and stays down. He actually looks very serious, very similar to the Dan Sweeney injury. It looks like an ACL that we'll see at the end of the game. And then into stoppage time of the first half, Luca is going to pick out Franco Serrano. Armstrong, the academy centre-back, coming out to meet Luca there and leaving the space in behind. Bradbury actually playing him onside. You see from the replay.
Well, let's look at this again. To pick out
really bad positioning by the defence.
inch perfect. And once he gets onto it, he just smashes it past the keeper with great technique.
And good movement by Franco Serrano to run in behind the centre-back and find the space. We go in at the break, 2-1 down. Not surprising really, given how good Reading are in terms of the players that got out on the field. Going to still try and make a game of it. And 5 minutes into the second half, Magoma into Cody Johnson. Cody Johnson, the overlap. Murdoch's cross causes all kinds of confusion. Jareel Dorset chests it down. And then Draper comes out. I think he was meant to claim it. And it gives Luke Norris an easy tap-in. Probably one of the easiest goals he'll score of his career. So it's 2-2. And then Reading come back again. 20 minutes left to play in the game. Lorenzo Luca tackled. And then it's going to come into Yaku Mete, who plays it into Suslov, back to Mete, and he finds the bottom corner. It's just the movement of those forwards and how good they are. Just way too good for the kind of defenders that we've got out there on the field. When you consider how the difference in ratings for Bradbury and Armstrong, I think Armstrong is 63 and Bradbury's 64. So I'm not surprised that they're having a field day up front. And poor Harvey Cartwright being exposed time and time again. 5 minutes to go from the end of the game. Another 1-2. And Luca goes through. Great save. But then Yaku Mete with the follow-up makes it 4-2 to Reading. And pretty much puts the seal on the end of the game. I don't think we're going to come back from this. Good save by the goalkeeper. He just can't react to the second shot.
He made a good effort on the first one. Couldn't react to the second.
And then from the corner into stoppage 91 minutes. Lorenzo Luca grabs his brace with a fantastic header. This guy's 6'7". So kind of get a bit of a taste of my own medicine from last year when we used to bring Hawkins up for the corners. We know what that's like. There's a 91 minutes. Then we win the ball back. Linter into Harrison. Harrison, great control and strength by Norris. He makes a nice little play there. And Tariq Wright taps it in. 94 minutes, almost 95 minutes. Tariq Wright makes it 5-3. Obviously, we're not going to win the game, but it's good for the players in terms of they showed a lot of character and they didn't give up trying to score against their opponents. So 5-3, we are out of the Carabao Cup, but a little bit of character there for us. Alright, so as suspected from that footage, Max Dyche just suffered an anterior cruciate ligament injury and will miss 7 months of the season. My intention was to have Armstrong go back out on loan for more development, but with Dyche being injured, I think we're going to have to keep Armstrong around, which is obviously going to make life a little bit difficult for us defensively. We already look a little bit light there. Alright, thanks for watching today. If you're enjoying the series, consider watching more content by clicking on the playlist available at the end of this video. Also, consider subscribing. That way you support me on the channel and don't miss any upcoming episodes. I'll see you guys back on Monday with episode 83 and continue our battle in the Championship. Thank you so much for your support. This is Salad for Set Play Gaming.